right, my lovelies, lilies, lads, dudes, sugars, sugar lilies, mountain lilies, moon lilies, all the lilies and lads and dudes in the garden. All right. Hey, we keep going, right? 200, 200's meh. Okay. Nah. I mean, I'm just going to say 200 is nothing for me. It's not. Now we're on to 201 to 250. 201 to 250. We're going to start with 201. TikTok warrant for Brian. We're going to start there. So there we go. That's where we're starting. Oh yeah. Just real quick, guys. Just real quick. Look. I should make this a little clearer, right? If you have a counter argument, I have to spell it out. If you have a counter argument to me, right? Fine. That's fine. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. You're not going to win, okay? You're not going to win because of this. You are leaving out information, okay? You're leaving out information to try to make your counter argument work and against me. And you can't do that because I will win every time. Just say. So if you want to argue with me about the roommates, fine. But you can't leave out information. See, that's part of what we call denial. That's denial. So you say to me, well, blah, 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 Dylan, blah, blah, blah. But then I say, okay, well then why? So I'll hit you with, okay, then explain the cleanup. You can't do that. See, I'm gonna destroy you very quickly here if you don't come at me with all the information in the counter argument that you are trying to make back to me. You are going to fail because there is no way around these things. And so when you try to just cherry pick little pieces of information to try to have a counter argument against me, you are going to lose. Like quickly. And so you got to explain the cleanup. Okay? You got to keep 10 minutes in mind, by the way. That's generous, but you got to keep 10 minutes in mind to do this. That's generous. 10 minutes. Okay, explain the cleanup. That's one. Explain why all the doors were left open. Why all the doors were left open, right? Now we're talking about one lone wolf here, remember? We're talking about one lone wolf. So explain to me why the doors were all open. That's reported by several witnesses. Yep, explain that. Okay. Explain why Dylan and Bethany, they didn't leave the hobbit hole for 8.5 hours. Can you buy that? Explain to me why they didn't leave the hobbit hole for 8.5 hours. Explain to me why they weren't sleeping most of the time. They weren't sleeping. That's confirmed. Okay. Explain to me why they're doing is on social media and shit. There's about 10 things you need to keep in mind if you are going to come at me with a counter argument. And that's not what I'm seeing here. So listen, we can argue. That's fine. But you can't just cherry pick details here. I know these things already. And so whatever you come at me with, this bullshit little detail, I'm going to hit you with one of these things. And one of these things will destroy you in a second. Just like I did earlier today. Keep that in mind. If you're going to come at me with a counter argument, okay, you need to keep in mind the sequence, though, of information. Because I'll hit you with one of these things, and you can't get around it. That's the problem. You guys who believe in your heart of hearts that BK is the lone wolf and there's no other such person involved in this case, you're going to get destroyed pretty easily here, guys. Just saying. Anyway, let's get on to 201. I love you. Let's go, 201. All right, guys, we're going to start with 202, actually. 201 is a TikTok warrant for Brian, in which they didn't find anything. Okay, yeah, that's 201. But we're going to do 202 to start. All right, here we go. Brett Payne, of course. May 24, 2023. Right. Receipt of pictures from Pullman Police Department. All right. Right. Okay, let's go. Yeah. On Tuesday, May 24th, 2023, I reached out to JS of Pullman Police Department for photos of a knife recovered by Pullman Police Department after AL reported seeing it. I received an email from Pullman Police Department Public Records Officer, KS, with a secure download link. I accessed the link and downloaded a zip file of the photos taken by Pullman Police Department. I attached these photos to the case file electronically. Okay, yeah, we got a knife. Remember one of the knives recovered, by Pullman. Well, that's in the file now. May 24th, May 26th, 2023. We got a knife in there. We got a knife. Yeah, remember though, it's not the knife that Brian used supposedly, but it's a knife. Yeah, sure. That's number 202. Quick one. 202. Let's carry on. All right, 203, guys. Hey, it's your favorite again, Mr. Payne. May 26, 2023. That was the date of the report he put in here. Yeah, so on Friday, May 26th, I received an email from AS containing more of the installments from the Washington State University records requested via subpoena in this case. This is installment 11. There's a bunch of them. The email contained a secure link and password, which I used to access a downloadable zip file. Great. Upon review, the files contain email correspondence, which appear to be from after Kohberger's arrest. In addition, there is a risk assessment file, which contains several pages of the results of Washington State University's risk assessment of Kohberger after his arrest. I attached the file to this case electronically. Payne, May 26, Blaker reviewed the same day. So we're doing risk assessments on Mr. Kohberger after his arrest. Washington State is doing risk assessments on him. I don't know. For what purpose? I don't know. He's obviously arrested. So I don't know if this is standard Washington State University practices to do this kind of stuff on people. Yeah, but they did a risk assessment on him. Yeah. Anyway, what do you make of that? I don't know. That's number 203. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, 204 is more the same. Payne, May 31st, 2023, this time. Right, so it's more about those freaking things, right? Washington State, May 31st, 2023, I received an email from AS containing a secure link and password to access installment 12 of Washington State University documents requested by subpoena. Fine. Upon review, I found the file contains several subfolders of emails between P and Kohberger. There were also numerous pages of graded assignments of Kohberger's, as well as redacted text messages referencing Kohberger. Interesting. Why would there be redacted text messages referencing Kohberger in here? That's my question. Right? Nothing, I don't feel anything should be redacted, right? Very strange to me. You're requesting all the files by subpoena, right? But why would you have redacted text messages referencing him in this data dump that you're giving? That doesn't make any sense to me at all, unless they're afraid they're going to get sued, and perhaps that's why they're redacted. Perhaps. I would really like to know what they're talking about with him here. I don't know why these would be redacted. Anyway, I attached the compressed blah, blah, blah. Payne, May 31st, reviewed by Blaker the same day. Okay, guys, that's 204. Let's keep going. 205, I'm not doing. That's a T-Mobile extended warrant. We've already seen those. 207, I'm not touching. That is more Washington State University installments. There's nothing in that one that I found anything interesting in that. That's 207. And so we go to 206. We go to 206. This one's interesting. Sure. 206. Our favorite. Boy, he's really taking on the case here, isn't he now? Puh! June 8th, 2023. Yeah, after the FBI and Idaho State Police just, had to do the investigation essentially and set this all up for him. Yeah. June, remember, this is his very first type of case like this. Yeah. Anyway, June 8th, 2023, 6 months now, the wolf is caged. Yeah. So let's see what this is about. On Thursday, June 8th, 2023, I accessed Kohberger's white Hyundai Elantra in order to photograph items in the trunk compartment. I'm surprised those weren't taken out for potential evidence the minute they got a hold of the car and started dismantling it, but I guess they didn't. The items were identified as being ordered via Amazon by the same account Kohberger used to purchase the alleged K-bar knife with sheath. Alleged. I was able to identify 3 items from the trunk compartment, which I could positively identify as the same items ordered from Amazon per the return. Per the return subpoena, whatever. The first item was a bottle of supplements named Amandine Vitamin D3 K2 Vegan on the Amazon return. The bottle was in the trunk compartment and was contained in a small plastic bag, which he probably never opened. The bottle's label read Amandine Vegan D3 plus K2 dietary supplements. He probably just never got them out of his back of the trunk yet. The second item I positively identified was labeled as lead brand scissor jack 1.5 tons. On the Amazon return, I found a 1.5 ton scissor jack in the trunk compartment, but it did not have any brand markings. So what? I searched the same name on Amazon and found the same item I located in the trunk compartment. It should be noted the jack came with a ratchet handle as well. Well, that's good. This item was booked in. This item was booked previously. Okay. Another jack in this case. Only this time it's a tire jack. Okay. So what are they trying to imply here? What is the implication here? That this ratchet handle from the fucking car jack was used somehow in the commission of this crime? Is that what we're saying here, Mr. Payne? Yeah, you don't even know what weapons were used, you idiot. Okay. Yeah, you really don't. And the coroner coming up is not, that doesn't really convince me either. The third item I located was labeled Cartman Warning Triangle approved. Department of Transportation approved on the Amazon return. I located a red rectangular plastic box with warning triangles inside. On the side of the box was a sticker which read Cartman. No. I'm not doing Cartman. I am not doing Cartman. On the top of the sticker, and Cartman Warning Triangle approved 3-pack, new. On the bottom of the sticker. Wow, we're getting some hard-hitting evidence here, guys. I photographed these items and attached the photos to this case electronically. Oh my God. Payne, June 8th, reviewed by Dustin Blaker. I wasn't sure exactly what Cartman warning triangle things were, so here they are. Yeah, so these are Cartman warning triangles, in case you're ever in an accident. You put these out, a few, put them away from your car to let other cars know there's something wrong. Yeah, that's all those are. Remember what he said to the police. I took a different route home with my father because of snow, and I was worried about snow driving back that route. Well, this would make sense, would it not, to have these items in your car? This, a car jack in case you get a flat tire. Wow, these are some really serious, evil items, guys, he had in his trunk. Oh, by the way, there's no mention of blood anywhere. Did you see anything about blood in the car? No, I didn't either. No blood in the car, no DNA in the car, no fibers in the car, nothing in the car, nothing in his house, nothing in his apartment. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, that's what Cartman triangles are.
Eric, don't you realize you could have seriously injured your little friend?
I'm sorry, Mom.
Don't apologize to us, apologize to him.
I'm sorry, Turkin.
Well, I hope you learn that throwing rocks at people is bad, Eric.
Oh, I sure did, Mr. Mackey. I mean, I feel really bad. What was I thinking? The only thing I can do now is try to go on and live day by day. See you later.
It's like Dylan. It's like Dylan.
But there was so much of it. I was up until 2 in the morning.
I hope you all did your homework last night because we're going to talk about pages 42 through 612.
Perhaps one of the dumbest documents I've read so far. Yeah, and that's saying a lot. 208, Mr. Payne again, June 13th, 2023. Yeah, this one's interesting. Item 733 K-bar, 734 K-bar sharpener, 735 vegan supplements for when we when we want to have a K-bar. Kit Kat. I'm sorry. Yeah. On Tuesday, June 13, 2023, Detective Gilbertson from the Idaho State Police provided me with 3 packages he obtained by ordering the items from Amazon. Okay. Detective Gilbertson stated he purchased the items in the same fashion used by Koberger to purchase a K-bar with sheath, a K-bar sharpener, and a bottle of supplements. Well, good for you, Gilbertson. I'm so glad you wasted time and money doing that. Oh, you're so smart. Idaho, what's wrong with you people out there? This is stupid and pointless. I photographed each of the packages and their content along with the order paperwork Detective Gilbertson provided. Okay. The packages contain 1 K-bar straight, fighting knife, with a leather United States Marine Corps sheath. Well, that's good. A K-bar sharpener. Well, that's nice. And a bottle of vegan supplements. Well, that's great. Hey, Gilbertson, are you deciding to go vegan? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, sure. Okay. I attached all photos to this case, for what purpose I don't know, and booked all of the items into MPD evidence on June 13, 2023. That's not evidence! Oh my God, Moscow. Oh my God. Master Ninja, listen, it's starting to turn bad in Walnut Grove. Me and Ashley have been fighting, nonstop, ever since that nice school teacher showed up, and, we beat our son, for not knowing how to spell, and, now Ashley is saying she wants to divorce MD, and, I don't have any money, and, my whole wheat field is fucking ruined by the hailstorm. Sorry, MD. Hey, we'll get to that later, all right? All right, I hope so. All right. Yeah. I took photos and I booked all those items into MPD evidence on June 13th. The paperwork wasn't included in the package containing the knife itself. God, I like when we play pretend. Hey, I really like that dollhouse, too, that we made. I like that pretend dollhouse that we made. And I like this pretend, too. That's not evidence of anything. That's not evidence of anything. So what you did was you went on Amazon and you bought a knife that you thought was the knife that was committed in this crime. You have no idea if that was the knife. You bought a knife sharpener, which you have no idea if that was even a part of this crime or not. And you bought vegan fucking supplements. And you put them into MPD evidence. Guys, now we've read a lot of absurd shit so far in this case. This has to be at the top of the list of absurdity so far. For me, it is. That's number 208, guys. Oh, just when I thought it couldn't get any more ridiculous. Yeah, this is not evidence. This is just some idiot detective thinking that he's smart, and he decided to buy the same items that they thought Brian bought, and they can't prove any of those items were ever they're used in the commission of this crime. Nor can they prove that he was even at the scene of the crime. So why are we doing this stupid crap? Oh yeah, it's fucking Idaho. And it's specifically Moscow, Idaho, and they gotta be the dumbest fucking detectives that I've ever seen in my life. Isn't that right, Detective Maines? You fucking prick. Fuck off. Yeah, Payne, June 13th. Oh my god. Reviewed by Dustin Blaker 15 days later. So glad you were on that. Fucking idiots. Yeah, that was 208, guys.
Okay, Stan, I'm gonna give you a UFO crash landing card. You can deny it or cover it up. Dude, I don't understand this game at all. It's investigative report to Bill Curtis fun time game. You have to decide if you deny it or cover it up. Deny it? Okay, let's see what Bill Curtis says.
Hello, I'm Bill Curtis. Many believe that the U.S. government covered it up. I'm Bill Curtis.
All right, Cartman, I'm gonna give you a jail time card. You lose a turn. Sweet. Oh yeah? Well, I'm gonna give you AIDS. What? I just gave you AIDS. AIDS? That's not cool. Don't give Kyle AIDS. Kyle has AIDS and now loses 47 turns and 800 points.
209. Who is it? Who is it? Oh! Mr. Payne and my F and A. June 23rd. Boy, he's been busy, little boy, in June 23. On Thursday, June 22nd, 2023, I received an email from the Idaho County Records Department containing all reports and documentation of the stabbing incident which occurred in Idaho County. Where in Idaho? Where in Idaho did this occur? Don't just say Idaho County. Where's the town? Where's the town? You prick. See, I love how they try to whitewash shit here. Stabbing incident which occurred in Idaho County in 2022. Where? I attached the files to this case. That's all it says. What stabbing incident that occurred in 2022? It's not this case. So what stabbing incident are we discussing here? Tell me, Brett Payne, which one are you trying to downplay here? You fucking prick. Yeah, Mr. Payne in my ass, June 23rd, 8 in the morning. Reviewed by Blaker. 5 days later when he felt like it. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, what incident? It's not this case. We're not talking about this case. Right? No, this is something totally different that happened in 2022. Right, Mr. Payne? You fucking prick. Yes, you are. Let's keep going. That was 209. Now, 210 is an important one, guys. This is knife wound examination. This, to me, is both important and ludicrous at the same time. Again, there's no trial, right? So we can't challenge this. This could have been easily challenged by the defense. It's, again, everything about this case is weak, and fucking weak. Again, so anytime we're reading about potential evidence or whatever, this evidence could have been easily challenged. But again, Miss Taylor, I hope you turned in your law license. I fucking hope you did that. Or you have some good explanation as to why you sold Brian up the river. But let's get on to 210. All right, 210, baby. Oh, it's not Payne. It's Danny Vargas this time, June 28, 2023. Meeting with Spokane County Medical Examiner. On June 7, 2023, I reached out to Dr. V.S., Chief Medical Examiner for the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office, to arrange a meeting with the Idaho County Prosecutor's team. Dr. S. stated she could meet on June 28, 2023, which worked for the prosecuting team. Well, that's good. On June 27th, I met with T.S., MPD evidence technician, and had item 773. Remember that K-bar knife that we bought off of Amazon? Yeah, that. Temporary release to me. That's fine. That's not evidence to begin with. Whatever. Temporary release to me so I could bring it into the meeting with Dr. S. I locked item 733 into a temporary lockbox in MPD detectives. Wait, let me tell you. I locked item number 733 into a temporary lockbox in Moscow Police Department detectives. I guess that's a special kind of lockbox. I don't know. As our meeting was on the following day. Oh, that's great. This is not evidence. This is just a knife you bought off of Amazon. Fucking morons. Jesus. On June 28, 2023, at approximately 10:30 a.m., myself, along with Evil Santa, Bill Thompson, Ashley, oh no, Jeff Nye, and Ingrid Beatty met with what the fuck? Met with Dr. S. at the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office. Dr. S. had pre-selected several photos from each victim to go over with us so she could describe the shape of a weapon which could have caused the injuries. Yeah, I removed the K-bar knife from the sealed package. You mean the Amazon package? Oh my God. And showed it to Dr. S. Dr. S looked at me and said, "Why are you buying knives off of Amazon?" I don't know. Dr. S stated, the shape and size of the K-bar knife, it was consistent as being the weapon which could have caused the injuries on all four of the victims. Sure. Yeah. All the wounds, eh? All of them. Uh-huh. See, guys, when we're reading through this, think about the defense here. Think about trial and think about the defense. Would you be able to rip this apart? I would. I think I could. I'm not an attorney. But, first of all, you're not using the same knife. In fact, the knife has never been found. So you're using a completely wrong example to try to replicate things here. Again, it goes back to validity, reliability, sample. If we're using a different baseline from the original baseline, this is completely meaningless. It is. You're using a brand new knife that you ordered off of Amazon to test this out. It's totally pointless. It's not evidence of anything. Dr. S described how some of the wounds had 2 points on either end, and how some wounds had a point on one end and a square shape at the other end. Dr. S explained how the K-bar knife could have created these wounds, depending on the depth of the injury and other things. Dr. S explained the tip of the knife, having sharp edges on either side, would show a wound with the points on either end. Oh my God. Dr. S described a deeper wound would show a point on one side of the wound and the square on the other point of the wound, and how it matched the shape of the knife blade, having the single sharp edge on one side and a square edge on the other side. Okay. Now, guys, I am not a knife expert. That would be probably Sir Uncle Rapier. But now I cannot. No, I just want to read this again. Okay, I just want to read this again. Does this make sense? Okay, would show a point on one side and the square on the other, and how it matched the shape of the knife blade. Matching the shape of the knife blade, having the single sharp edge on one side of the blade and a square edge on the other side of the blade. Is that right? Now, I don't recall K-bars having square edges on the tip of them. Do you? See, that's how I'm reading that. Below the tip. I'm sorry. Below the tip. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, below the tip. So that's where you're saying the square shape comes in. Oh, okay. If it was deep enough. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, what the doctor is failing to say here, though, is there are many knives that could make that type of wound. It does not have to be a K-bar knife. Many different types of knives could make this very same injury pattern. Many different types. I would say probably thousands of them. It doesn't have to be a K-bar knife, guys. Just saying, Dr. S isn't saying that in here, by the way. Yeah. No. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Dr. S pointed out some of the wounds had a mark that was consistent with the guard of the K-bar knife. Oh, God. Dr. S described how the wounds could look different depending on the skin stretching, the dynamics of the situation at the time, the angle or position the knife was in when it was inserted and or removed, and how a victim was moving or not moving at the time. Okay, whatever. Okay. Dr. S describes some injuries depicted that the strength of the weapon itself and the force used would have been great. We concluded our meeting with Dr. S. I brought items 7-3. I sent it back to Amazon and got a receipt return because it's not evidence. Back to Moscow Police Department and booked it back into evidence on June 28th. I know what you're trying to do here. You guys thought this was going to trial. And so what your little stupid plan was, you were planning on using this replica knife to show the jury what that would look like. And again, this could easily be blown out of water because guess what? All the defense had to do was bring in their own knife expert and bring in about, 50 different examples of knives that would make these types of wounds easily. This is stupid. It's ludicrous. This is not evidence. This is what they were going to do, though, if this went to trial. Much like the dollhouse bullshit, this is the kind of crap that Moscow police were thinking up of how they could show this to the jury to make sense. Because they don't have the murder weapon. Not only that, they don't have a motive. Not only that, they can't place Brian Koberger at the scene of the crime. None of this is evidence. So all you people on the other side of the wall, idiots who come in my fucking comments and try to be smart and cute with me and try to pretend that they're trying to present some sort of rational counter argument to me. You're fucking idiots. This is not evidence. And I'm sorry if you think so, but man, you guys are, hey, I take defectors, but listen, before you defect, you have to get rid of all your denial here, okay? Anyway, Vargas, June 30th, reviewed by Payne, June 30th. There you go. Yeah, ludicrous. All right, guys, we're skipping to 11. That's nothing. 212, and we're gonna wrap up this segment in this video for now. All right, 212. Payne, June 29th, 2023. Right? Indian Mountain Lakes and aerial surveillance. I have to point this out because I want to show you, well, you guys already know this, but I want to show you the incompetence that Moscow police had around this case. And, well, keep in mind how big this case is. And this, again, this is a pattern we see over and over again in this case. You know, they can't write. They purposely, I don't know if they're purposely being vague. They are. Anyway, this is why I'm showing this to you, okay? All right. So, item 755 thumb drives, right? On Thursday, June 29, 2023, I located 2 thumb drives containing video surveillance footage of the access gates at Indian Mountain Lakes gated community wherein Kohberger's parents live. Okay? And aerial surveillance footage and photos of the Kohberger residence. I verified, that the thumb drives contained the correct footage and videos and booked them into MPD evidence on June 29, 2023. It should be noted, the thumb drives were in a locked cabinet in my office since they were received. The thumb drives were not initially booked, as they were in an envelope not recognized as containing them. Fucking hell. So here's the question. So who had access to these thumb drives? Where were they? What were they doing? See, that's the problem with this, guys. Every time there's something here. Now we got thumb drives that aren't marked properly. They could have been in the hands of anybody because they weren't fucking labeled correctly. Yeah, Brett Payne, Moscow police. You people are fucking idiots. No wonder you had to get the lone wolf. There's no way you could have solved this case. Oh my God. Except to establish a lone wolf with the help of the FBI, Idaho State Police. There's no way you guys could have investigated this properly. It's unbelievable. This is ridiculous. Yeah. June 29th, Payne. Review July 3rd, Blaker. Yeah, there you go, guys. More incompetence. Something as small as this, right? But it's a pattern of incompetence that we're seeing here. Now we're mislabeling thumb drives that are important. Aerial footage of Brian Kohberger's house. You know, footage of his fucking house. Unbelievable, guy. Who knows? Who knows who touched that? Who knows? Before Payne, idiot Payne, locked this up in his cabinet, supposedly, who knows where this was? I'm just saying, as a defense attorney, you're going to ask, where the fuck, who knows where this was? Anyway, that is number 212. We're ending that segment right there. I love you all. I'm going to be back on here later, guys. I love you. Okay, we'll talk soon. Bye-bye, baby. I love you, baby. Bye-bye.